Welcome back to another powerful story, where we turn obstacles into opportunities and remind you that your greatest strength lies in never giving up. Let's dive in and ignite your motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to speak with you today because what I want to share with you is something deeply personal and profoundly transformative. In our fast-paced world, where everything seems to demand immediate results, I want to take a moment to remind you of something essential. Don't judge yourself too early in the process. How often do we start something new, whether it's a job, a project, a skill, or even a personal goal, only to look around, compare ourselves to others, and feel like we're not measuring up? We tell ourselves we're not good enough, not talented enough, not capable enough. But here is the truth. You are judging yourself before the journey has even begun. Too often we forget that every master was once a beginner. Every champion started with doubt. Every leader started with uncertainty. And every success story began with a moment of struggle. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is not talent, luck, or external circumstances. It's their ability to stay in the game long enough to grow into their potential. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, you nurture it, and you trust that in time it will sprout and flourish. But when it comes to ourselves, we're impatient. We expect immediate results. We start something, and if we don't see instant success, we tell ourselves we've failed. We convince ourselves that we're not cut out for it, and we quit before we've even given ourselves a chance. Think about it. How many people give up on their dreams, not because they're incapable, but because they judge themselves too early in the process? They let self-doubt creep in, and they let that doubt dictate their actions. But here is the thing. Self-doubt is not a sign that you are failing. It's a sign that you are growing. It's a natural part of the process, and the only way to overcome it is to keep moving forward. The path to success is not a straight line. It's messy. It's full of setbacks, mistakes, and moments where you feel like you are not making progress. But every step, no matter how small, is a step forward, and every stumble is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. You see, the problem is not that we struggle. The problem is that we expect ourselves to be perfect right from the start. But perfection is not the goal. Growth is the goal. Progress is the goal. And growth takes time. It takes patience, persistence, and the willingness to embrace the process, no matter how uncomfortable it may feel. When you judge yourself too early, you rob yourself of the opportunity to see what you are truly capable of. You cut off your potential before it has a chance to unfold. Imagine if the greats in history had given up the first time they faced adversity. Imagine if they had decided, "This is too hard, I must not be good enough." The world would be a very different place. But the truth is, they didn't quit. They didn't judge themselves based on where they were at the beginning of their journey. They understood that greatness is not about where you start. It's about where you are willing to go. It's about the willingness to show up day after day, even when it feels like you are not making progress. I want you to think about a skill you've mastered, a goal you've achieved, or a challenge you've overcome. Think back to the very beginning. Were you good at it right away? Did it come easily to you? Or did it take time, effort, and persistence? Chances are, it was the latter. And chances are, you are proud of what you accomplished because you earned it. Now, imagine if you had judged yourself in those early days. Imagine if you had let your doubts and insecurities convince you to give up. You wouldn't be where you are today. You wouldn't have grown into the person you are now. And that's the point. You can't judge the outcome of a journey when you are still at the starting line. One of the greatest mistakes you can make is to compare your beginning to someone else's middle or end. When you look at someone who's further along in their journey, it's easy to feel inadequate. But what you don't see are the countless hours they spent struggling, the failures they endured, and the lessons they learned along the way. You are not seeing the whole story. And you are certainly not seeing what's possible for you if you keep going. So, how do you stop judging yourself too early in the process? First, you have to let go of the need for immediate results. Success is not an overnight phenomenon. It's a series of small, consistent actions taken over time. Trust the process, and trust that with time and effort, you will grow into the person you are meant to be. Second, focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate the small wins, the little steps forward, and the lessons learned along the way. Every bit of progress, no matter how small, is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. And when you focus on progress, you'll find that the journey becomes just as rewarding as the destination. Third, be kind to yourself. Self-criticism is not a motivator, it's a roadblock. Instead of tearing yourself down, build yourself up. Acknowledge your efforts, appreciate your growth, and remind yourself that you are doing the best you can with what you have. And finally, remember why you started. When the process feels difficult, when you are tempted to judge yourself or give up, go back to the reason you began. Connect with your purpose, your vision, and your goals. Let them be the fuel that keeps you moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Ladies and gentlemen, don't judge yourself too early in the process. Give yourself the time and space to grow, to learn, and to become the person you are capable of being. Because the truth is, you are not just on the path to success, you are on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. And that journey, with all its ups and downs, is worth every step.